let's get into some anniversaries this week. There was a lot of anniversaries this week, although we were dealing with a whole bunch of other things. Like, for example, Tupac's first album, Tupac Now, had dropped earlier this week, back in 1991. And you know the famous song on there, Brenda's Got a Baby.
Brenda's Got a Baby.
My favorite song on that album was What My Homies Call.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually my favorite song on there. And Soldier Story. And if you remember, that's the album that got him in trouble with then Vice President, what was his name?
What was it? Bush?
Nah,
91?
Vice President. Yeah, it was Bush.
Vice
first
President.
Bush. Yeah, it was the first Bush.
Who
Dan
was
Quayle.
it? Oh, I couldn't remember that.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. We were all children. Well, me and you, we were children. But Dan Quayle had said that this album should not be played because there was a guy who heard the Soldier Story song, and I think he was in Texas, and he shot and killed 2 cops. Or he killed a cop. And he pretty much said Tupac album, Tupac Now, made him do it. And so Tupac, from the moment he debuted, was like on that list, you know, of politicians and people blaming hip-hop for all the troubles.
The scapegoat.
Yeah, see, you kids don't know nothing about that because everyone loves hip-hop. Hip-hop is the number one culture, number one genre that everyone appreciates. But we remember, for those of us that are older, we remember the time it was coming up where every little thing that happened, they were blaming hip-hop for. You remember that?
Yeah, there was a scapegoat for everything. As soon as the white kids started listening to it, the politicians hated it.
Yeah. Speaking of a scapegoat that people hated, it was also the anniversary of Dr. Dre's The Chronic 2001 that dropped November 16th, 1999, back in the day. You remember where you were when you heard that joint?
No.
That was a big deal.
Absolutely not. I don't remember where I was, but I remember the record, though.
Yeah.
Remember
that was
impact.
a big deal. That go to show you Dre had been taking his time with albums for a long time because 1999, that was still, 7 years? That was the sequel to the first Chronic. Like, Dre make you wait. Like, he made us wait 7 years then. You dropped 2 albums in 1 decade.
Yeah, Snoop always said I got time to wait for Dre. I ain't got time to wait for nobody else, though.
Nah. The Chronic was like the last album. You could not create the Chronic in the Me Too era. Like, in today's moment, the Chronic would not last.
Oh, yeah, it was too disrespectful.
Oh, they had porno stars on there. They was doing all kind of nasty stuff on there, man.
Well, I mean, I think his old DJ is a porn director now.
Who? Oh, Yella?
Yeah, DJ Yella.
Yella is a porn director.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that, though.
Yes, sir.
I found that out, like, after the Straight Outta Compton came out. Like, I didn't know he was
I knew that way before Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, you watched some of his work?
Probably.
Who he put on? Like, is there a famous porn star?
I don't know, but I'm saying I probably watched it. I mean, I'm not going to
No, I'm saying, but is he know? I'm not saying you know or you watch it, but did he put on anybody famous that we know?
I don't know that much. I ain't never dig that much into it, but
at this point, Yella probably.
I know for sure he was a successful porn director.
At this point, he probably been doing porn just as long as he been doing music.
Probably.
If you're a porn director, just real quick, do you come in there later and say, let me get my take? Or you just strictly business, you just record and that's it?
I believe at a certain point it just becomes strictly business.
Okay.
Regardless, you just get numb to it.
Well, you better not get numb on camera. That's embarrassing.
Well, he's not acting. He's the director.
Yeah, that's
and
real.
He's the business part of it. So he's not in the shot. But I mean, you do have the director's couch.
This is true. This is true.
Test out the talent.
I wouldn't advise nobody who was born in this like new era to go. If you're going to listen to the Chronic 2001, you got to listen to it with some real open ears and understand the time and the climate, what was going on, because you're going to get offended throughout that whole entire album. I mean, it's a classic to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we're able to hold the balance of both, to acknowledge the wrong, but to enjoy the music. But there's no way you can make an album like that, in today's era. Like, there's just no way. It'll have to be like, it would be so politically correct. 2001, like that song, I just want to it'll be like, I just want to have consensual sex with you. Like, it just changed everything.